I am not giving you a choice. This is not a democracy. Today is when I silence all hypocrisy. 1,000 years from now, they will study me in history. Chivalry, I believe, is a mystery. Now I try to be the person that encourages pleasantries, talks with politeness, and respects the elderly. But do not think I am the one to be taken lightly. At least 4 tests show I have murderous tendencies, which could mean, for me, killing is obligatory. But I am wary this life has taken its toll on me. This is not a plea for sympathy, that is not what I need. I still have enough energy within me to climb to a tower peak, dribble saliva from my beak and suck it back up before it hits the streets. I may be old in age, but I am young in rage. There is a fire within that cannot be contained, nor can it be tamed. I struggle to find constructive ways in which to release it. Being creative helps maintain a peacefulness. Now I know some of you won't understand this, why anybody would choose art over a secure paycheck. It really makes no sense when you think about its logic and truth is, I do not know if I can explain it. All I know is, if I would have stayed there just 1 minute longer, those 4 tests would have more evidence to go on. Now don't get me wrong, I am not opposed to a regular income. It is a good position to be in, but I heard that 90% of executives are clean shaven, while 100% of badasses are full bearded, with possibly a few exceptions. So ever since mid-November-ish, I've let my hair spawn. So when I yawn in the morning, I'm like a dragon roaring, teeth be like nails clawing through desert storms, gale force blown past garden lawns, fences get torn when I set foot on the floor, summoning energy from the ultimate source. Yellow aura surrounds me, I can accomplish anything, I can move mountains when I'm over 9,000. Super Saiyan preparing for world salvation. I will save this planet within 5 years of the infection. Disease searing, skin tearing, memory disappearing. The zombification of the human has commenced. The living dead spreads through nations, contaminating all who get scratched or bitten. Men, women, and children fall victim to the system. Only a few remaining survivors of the cataclysm. Exercise, study, and healthy eating increase probability of getting through this. Some walkers are resilient. 6 shots and it's still moving. It would take more than a substandard human to take down a palpable demon with blood streaming through an open scar. It's still coming after you. Quick, better hide in the cellar. There is enough food to last through the winter and plenty of fuel for the fire. This is my area of expertise. I studied these creatures during my tenure at Shinra. So advanced in my field, I got headhunted by Umbrella. Other researchers got jealous and started discrediting my name. Spent the next 5 days in pain and anguish as lies circulated the office complex. Those I thought were friends betrayed me in the end. My sanity was blown in the wind. It seems there was no way out of it, but then I remembered, I am the bandit. Men like me sets the standard. Pain is a figment of the imagination. I rise above the hatred and stand against discrimination. You are only a victim if you choose to be one. Don't get it twisted. I am not saying that bad stuff doesn't happen. I am saying character is defined by how it is dealt with. For instance, if lemons are what you have been given, you can cut them up for juicing. You can even add hot water for soothing. Or you can break barriers, turn fruits into space carriers, travel galaxies without leaving your residence. Believing is powerful if you want to. You will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. So don't tell me what I can't do. I told you I'm a time-traveling mad scientist experimenting with ancient hieroglyphics, telling stories defined by pictures. One of them tells a tale of alien visitors that came to study earthly behavior. They were fascinated by our machinations, how one man can rule entire nations. They said we were too intimidating for intergalactic business. They said they cannot deal with those with no compassion, so they returned to their home planet. But before they left, they gave us a gift. It was a small stone able to grant any wish. They must have known it would be mistreated. They even gave us copious warnings, but subsequently we chose to ignore them. Many men were slaughtered in the pursuit of avarice, women captured, raped and battered, all in the name of selfish desires. Time expires, the warrior rises. Those exposed as liars were taught to comply with altruism. Sinners beg for forgiveness. Little by little we are starting to see improvements, but this is still far from a conclusion, so pardon my intrusion. But my infusion to a modern society has been met with confusion. Many customs that I portray have been likened to illusions. I have been referred to as strange on a daily basis, though I too find the behavior of other Homo sapiens something quite amazing, but not always in a good way, since our differences in culture should be what unites us. Instead, it seems to divide us. Some of us think that our intelligence makes us better than another, but there are no idiots, nor are there any geniuses, just different people with different sets of knowledge, different experiences and fables which we can pull together to make this more bearable. We are unable to change our history, but we can change our present. Self-improvement can sometimes mean getting rid of things, not just possessions, but also anyone who prevents you from achieving greatness. Some of them would do this without realizing and would keep doing it until you put an end to their practice. The fact is, some of them are people that you care about, people that you think you cannot live without, and no doubt, when they are in trouble, you are there with a shoulder to cry on, but when you need someone to lean on, there's always something else that comes up. So, for as long as you let them, they will take up all space of your emotions, subliminally dictate your social interactions. It is hard to let go sometimes, but when the alternative is to suffer in silence or have no one around to hear the sound of your crying, rise up and call for the strength of a lion, no more trying. It is do or die, it is time to make a change or quit whining. Full moon shining, as dark as the night sky is, nobody can see what is on the horizon. The army of monsters, ready to invade. Tridents, knives and other blades, the townsfolk have nowhere to escape. The enemy runs riots all over the place. Screams can be heard from far away. I was impelled through the stomach and left that way. Leaving me breathing was their mistake. Shoulder blades shift like tectonic plates. Hands turn to paws as my arms elongate. I walk on all fours as I survey to escape. And train my evil iron beast as I lay in wait. I pounce on my foe, bite through the neck and lets the blood flow. What's a monster to a werewolf in this form? I can create rhymes beyond the norm. All 4 stars from multiple sources combined together to make a unique force. I was taught by shamans and mystics. Now I'm the best at this. I'm so eclectic who else can make references from sciences to comic book origins. From Himalayas to battle rap, you ain't got bars like that. Matter of fact, too many folks have no content on their tracks. Too many singers lack quality, have little or no sense of morality. It becomes a formality that most of them sound the same. Millions buy in and feel no shame, conditioned to think there is no other way. I will compare this to a quote from David J. They have the ability to get rid of you. They have the ability to get rid of you. They have the ability to get rid of you and make it look like an accident. Ah, damn, my back just went. Spine damage caused paralysis. Doctor said I'll be stuck like this. I healed myself, never any doubts I would walk again. I am more than man. More than anything that you can imagine. More than what they tell you the value of life is like. Diamond necklaces cost more than 1,000 Africans, and mobile devices cost more than that. Corrupt corporations keep governments in check. Cheap clothes cost more than you think. We are not giving in. If one of us isn't free, then we are all to blame. There is no shame in admitting that you were fooled by the system. The shame is staying committed to a dishonest business, responsible for the deaths of many children, amputations, profiting from the poverty-stricken, and creating toy soldiers. I am a time traveler. I have the memory of 1 million mothers and fathers, sons and daughters. So tell the devil to call his reinforcements. I will slaughter all of them. The fact is, I was never born. I ripped off the umbilical cord and jumped out my mother's womb. I came here to bury gold. I came to take down those who sacrificed souls. My goal is to clear the dirt, because all I heard was a bunch of sexist terms and racial slurs. Ignorance forms when education is burned, when mistakes replace the things that we've learned, and in turn, we become intolerant. Tell the kids to stay silent, we have had enough of it, as if they can never say anything of any benefit. Where can frustration go when the parents quit? Arm wrapped in a tourniquet, vein pierced with a needle prick, anger fades into oblivion. Why stop it? It feels good until it doesn't. It's an easy thing to fall back on when life hands out its problems. Clocks tick-tocking, but time is irrelevant. Yeah, this really sounds great, doesn't it? Effects wear-off, now shaking is prevalent. No control of emotions, body is dependent. Profusely sweating, barely moving, internal organs slowly improving. The night's darkest before the dawn, and if you can make it through to the early morning, better days are ways to see you adorning. Yes, I know life can be boring when you don't understand or know your calling, and it seems like the world doesn't know your importance. No one to talk to, no social forums. You don't want to hear any positive talking. Depression sets when you are convinced you afford it. When the hour approaches, one cannot delay nor advance it. Acceptance of the inevitable is important. Don't worry about the 4 horse when your own mortal course will end regardless. You may think me heartless. I have seen people starving, the same people laughing. Farmers failing to make a harvest. Money burns holes in the poor man's pockets. The thing is, one does not have to overcome their weakness. They just need to understand that they have them. Find ways to deal with daily problems. This life will beat you down if you do not stay on top of it. So proclaim your affirmation. Do so on a daily basis. Stand firm in determination and tell the world, even if they won't listen, that I am perfect.